Before we were here, the world was different. Tonight, we walk through the lost islands of Malta. If this finds you tonight, subscribe and tap the bell. Each night, a new ancient world will find you again. Close your eyes, breathe slowly, and let the ancient world carry you to sleep. 700,000 years ago, in the Mediterranean, two limestone islands rest under a warm dusk sky. Sicily and Malta, joined by shallow land bridges. The sea level lies lower than today. Coastlines stretch wider into shallow turquoise water. Salt and rosemary drift on the slow wind. Cliffs of pale limestone hold the dying light. Small forests of dwarf oak cover the lowlands. Caves open into the cool, dark rock. No human voice has ever crossed these shores. No human footprint marks the cooling sand. These islands belong only to themselves. And in them, life has begun to change. Some creatures here grew far larger than their ancestors. Others shrank to a fraction of their old size. Tonight, we walk slowly through their world. We will meet a swan taller than an elephant. We will meet an elephant smaller than a pony. The Mediterranean is an old sea. It has filled and emptied many times. Continents have drifted, pressed together, and pulled apart. Africa moves slowly north toward Europe. The space between them grows narrow and narrower. Long before our story, the sea ran dry. 5 million years ago, the basin emptied. Salt flats stretched where blue water once lay. Then the Atlantic broke through at Gibraltar. Water rushed back across many thousand years. The Mediterranean filled again, but never quite the same. And then the ice came. Long ages where water froze far to the north, and long warm pauses where it melted again. These cycles took tens of thousands of years. Each ice age locked water up in glaciers. Each warm interval set it free again. And the sea level rose and fell. Sometimes it dropped 100 meters or more. Sometimes it climbed back to drown the shore. When the sea fell, the coastlines moved outward, and islands could join lands that were larger. Here in the central Mediterranean, this mattered greatly. Sicily today sits separated from Italy. The Strait of Messina runs only 3 kilometers wide. Yet during low sea, it nearly closed. A shallow shelf rose from the sea floor, and animals could walk from Italy to Sicily. Elephants crossed during one of these low intervals. They were Paleoloxodon antiquus, the mainland giants, standing 4 meters at the shoulder, weighing perhaps 7,000 kilograms. True giants of the Pleistocene mainland. Other animals crossed with them. Red deer, dormice, shrews, hippos. all looking for new ground to graze. And then the climate softened again. Glaciers melted back. The sea began to rise, slowly at first, then more quickly. Year by year, the shallow shelf disappeared. The land bridge to Italy thinned and broke. Salt water closed over the path the elephants had walked, and the animals that had crossed were left behind. They could not swim back to the mainland. They could not return to the wide forests. They were strangers now on an island world, cut off from the wide forests of Europe. Surrounded by warm Mediterranean water, the bridge was gone. Malta, further south, became its own quiet island, connected sometimes to Sicily by a narrow shelf, sometimes severed by deeper rising water. Each time the sea rose, the islands grew smaller. Each time it fell, they joined again briefly. Over hundreds of thousands of years, this pattern repeated. Animals would arrive during low water, become trapped during high water, adapt, evolve, change, and their descendants would meet new arrivals later. It is a slow dance of land and sea, of bridges that appear and vanish, of creatures stranded far from where they began. Each generation born into the same small island, knowing nothing of the distant mainland, knowing only the limestone cliffs and the wind, and the limits of their small new world. On an island, the rules of life change. On the mainland, life is a wide hierarchy. Large predators sit at the very top. Smaller animals hide in the shadows of larger ones. Every body size has a reason behind it. Speed, defense, intimidation, or stealth, all shaped by who hunts whom in the night. But here on these islands, no large predators came. No lions, no wolves, no leopards. The big hunters of the mainland could not cross, or could not survive once they did. And so the small creatures found themselves free. Free from teeth in the night. Free from sudden shadows on the ground. And without that pressure, they began to change. A small mouse on the mainland must stay small. A small body fits in cracks and crevices. It hides from owls and weasels and cats. It eats little. It breeds quickly. It survives by being almost invisible. But here, with no land predator to fear, the mouse no longer needed to stay small. Without that pressure, body size could drift. A mouse that grew slightly larger could survive. It could eat more, live longer, have more young. Generation by generation, the average size crept up. Bones grew thicker, limbs grew longer, tails grew bushier, bodies grew rounder. And what had been a mouse became something else. Meanwhile, an elephant on the island faced the opposite. An elephant needs vast quantities of food. On the mainland, it walks for hours each day. Across savanna or forest, finding leaves and grass, it can move tens of kilometers without difficulty. But here, on a small island, that is impossible. There simply is not enough food to find. A 4-meter elephant would simply starve here. But a smaller elephant might survive. It needs less food. It walks shorter distances. It fits in smaller forests, smaller clearings. It can live where the giants would die. And so the size shifted in the opposite direction. Each generation, the island elephants were slightly smaller. Bones shrank, shoulders dropped lower. Tusks reduced to short curves. And what had been an immense elephant became something else. Biologists today have a name for this pattern. They call it the island rule, or sometimes Foster's rule. Small animals grow larger on islands. Large animals grow smaller on islands. And the reasons are simple. When you look closely, different pressures, different resources, different limits. It does not happen everywhere at once. Not every species responds the same way. Some animals change very little at all. Some animals shrink only slightly over time. Some grow only modestly larger than before. But over many generations, on islands like these, the pattern emerges clearly across many species. The largest becomes small. The smallest become large. And the world tilts on its axis, gently, here, where mice and elephants meet at a strange middle. This is what happened on Sicily and Malta. Over hundreds of thousands of years. Quietly, generation by generation. The animals that crossed were left far behind. Their descendants became something never seen before. And tonight we walk gently among them. The first stranger is an elephant. But not the elephant you might imagine. This one would not reach your shoulder. Her name is Paleoloxodon falconeri. She stands 1 meter tall at the shoulder. She weighs perhaps 300 kilograms, roughly the weight of a small pony. She is the smallest elephant we know of. Smaller than any elephant that has ever lived. Her ancestors were giants of the mainland. Paleoloxodon anticus, 4 meters tall, 7,000 kilograms of slow muscle. They crossed the land bridge from Italy and found themselves stranded on a small island. Over thousands of generations, they grew smaller and smaller and smaller still, until a population the size of ours emerged. She walks now through the dwarf oak forest. Her trunk is short, proportional to her small body. Her tusks are short curves, not great arcs. Her head, though, is still proportionally large. Almost too large for the body that carries it. A reminder of what her line once was. She moves slowly across the cool morning ground, eating the leaves of low shrubs, stopping to rest under a thin canopy. She has no predators here. Nothing chases her, nothing hunts her. She lives a long, patient life. Some of her kind lived 60 years or more. Quiet decades, walking the same forest paths. The second stranger is a bird. But not a bird that can fly. He is Cygnus falconeri, the giant swan of Sicily and Malta. He stands almost 3 meters tall, taller than the dwarf elephant beside him. His wings are reduced, they do not lift him. He walks on strong terrestrial legs. His ancestors were normal swans from the mainland. They flew across the water during low sea level and found pools and wetlands among the limestone cliffs. There was no need to leave again. There were no predators waiting in the reeds. No foxes, no otters, no island raptors, and over time his ancestors stopped flying. Flight is expensive. It costs enormous energy. It needs strong muscles, hollow bones, balance, when you no longer need to flee. Your body invests in something else entirely. Larger size, stronger legs, slower metabolism. Generation by generation, the wings shrank. The body grew larger and more robust. Now he stands here at the water's edge. His white plumage soft against the limestone behind him. His neck long, but shorter than a flying swan's. His feet planted firmly in the wet sand. He is the largest bird on the island. Larger than the dwarf elephant beside him. Larger than anything else that walks here. He is calm, he drinks, he moves on. He has no reason to fear. And so he has slowly forgotten how to fly. The third stranger is small, or seems small. She is Lethia melitensis, the giant dormouse of the islands. About 60 centimeters from nose to tail, weighing perhaps 1.5 kilograms, roughly the size of a small cat. Her ancestors were tiny things, long ago. Mainland dormice, no bigger than your hand. They crossed during low sea over many generations. And here, with no weasels or cats or foxes, they found the world had opened up to them. They could climb without fear of the night. They could eat without scanning the dark sky. Over generations they grew. Slightly larger, then more, then more still. Their tails grew bushier, their bodies grew rounder. Their eyes adapted further to the dark, until what had been a mouse became different. A creature of the limestone caves. A creature of the dwarf oak canopy. A creature of the cool night winds. She moves now along a karst ledge. Soft brown fur, bushy tail behind her. Large dark eyes searching the shadows for food. She eats acorns, seeds, and bird eggs. She climbs cliffs without effort. She enters caves with practiced ease. She has not yet noticed the owl above her. Maltagulo, the island's apex hunter, watching her from a high limestone ledge. But that meeting can wait for later. Tonight you have met 3 strangers. A swan taller than an elephant. An elephant smaller than a pony. A dormouse the size of a small cat. 3 creatures the mainland has never seen. 3 creatures that exist only here. Only on these limestone islands. Only under this warm Mediterranean sky. Only in this quiet age before us. Their world was small, but it was theirs. Morning returns to the dwarf oak forest. Pale light slips between the limestone branches. A thin mist rises from the cooling ground. The night creatures have already gone home. The day creatures have not yet stirred. In this quiet hour, she begins to walk. The dwarf elephant of Sicily and Malta. Paleoloxodon falconeri, smallest of her line. Her shoulders barely reach the lower branches. She is no taller than a small pony. But her tread is older than memory. The forest is small, like the islands themselves. Trees here grow low and slow. Their canopies thin against the warm wind. Their leaves are tougher than mainland leaves. Tougher because rain comes seldom in summer. Tougher because soil is shallow on limestone. Tougher because the sun is patient and bright. She walks among them with practiced slowness. She has known these paths her whole life. She has known them in older summers too. And her mother walked them before her. And her mother's mother before that. Many generations under the same low canopy. Many generations beneath the same warm sky. Each one a little smaller than the last. She stops beside a low oak shrub. Its leaves are small and dark and waxy. She reaches with her short trunk and pulls. A cluster of leaves comes free in her grip. She brings them to her mouth and chews. The leaves are bitter, but they are food. She chews them slowly, with worn flat teeth. Then she moves to the next shrub. She eats acorns when she can find them. She eats grass shoots from the cracks of stone. She eats bark from the youngest twigs. She eats fallen fruit when the season permits. She eats the soft pith of certain young branches. Nothing here is plentiful, nothing here is rich, but there is enough for a small body. Her trunk is shorter than her ancestors' was. Their trunks reach the highest branches with ease. Hers reaches only the low and the near. But she does not need to reach high. The tall branches are not for her. The tall trees do not grow on these islands. Her tusks are short, gently curved, almost modest. Her ancestors carried great arcs of ivory. Hers are no longer than her own face. She uses them to scrape soft bark. She uses them to dig at shallow roots. She uses them to push aside stiff branches. Her head, though, is still proportionally large, almost too large for the body that carries it. A reminder of what her line once was. Her ancestors stood 4 meters at the shoulder. They weighed perhaps 7,000 kilograms each. They moved across forests stretching to the horizon. They were Paleoloxodon antiquus, mainland giants. They needed many tons of food each week. They needed many kilometers of forest to roam. They needed wide rivers to drink in the heat. When their kin crossed to Sicily, all that ended. The forests were small, the rivers were short. The food was scarce, and the seasons were dry. Generation by generation, the bones grew shorter. The bodies grew lighter, the appetites smaller. In fewer than 10,000 generations, the change was complete. 95 out of every 100 kilograms had vanished. She is what was left when the giants shrank. Long lives are common here, on these islands. On the mainland, large elephants live perhaps 60 years. Here, on Sicily, the small elephants live longer. Some have lived past 68 quiet years. A small body needs less food, less effort. A small body wears down more slowly with time. A small body has fewer enemies to fear. Without predators, an old body simply grows older. Each year the same paths, the same low oaks. Each season the same pools, the same shade. Each generation born to the same small forest. Knowing nothing of the giant ancestors who came before. Knowing only the slow rhythm of island time. Quiet decades walking the same forest paths. A long, patient, almost invisible life. The morning passes without urgency. She drifts from shrub to shrub in soft silence. A dwarf red deer crosses her path briefly. They notice each other, then look away. Neither has any reason to hurry. Neither has any reason to fear. A small shrew, rustles in the leaf litter. A pale bird calls from a higher branch. She does not look up. She walks on. She reaches a small clearing of dry grass. A shallow pool catches the late morning sun. She drinks slowly in long, quiet pulls. The water tastes faintly of limestone and salt. She rests her trunk on the cool stone rim, and she breathes slowly in the dappled light. The afternoon will be hotter than the morning. She will move into deeper shade soon. She knows the place. She has known it long. A grove of old oaks beside a low cliff. Their roots have held the soil for centuries. Their canopies have sheltered many like her. She walks toward them now, slowly, unhurried. The ground is cool beneath her broad feet. Cicadas begin their slow song in the heat. The smell of warm rosemary drifts past. She reaches the grove and folds her legs. She lies down on the soft fallen leaves. Her head settles against the curve of a root. Her eyes close gently in the green dim. She rests as her kind has always rested. As evening softens the limestone cliffs, a second figure stands by the water. A great pale shape against the rose-gold sky. He is taller than the dwarf elephant beside him. He is taller than any bird the mainland holds. His name is Cygnus falconeri, the giant swan of Sicily and Malta. He stands almost 3 meters tall. His neck rises long and white into the dusk. His feet are planted firmly in the wet sand. The dwarf elephant has joined him at the pool. She drinks at one end, he stands at the other. Neither pays the other much attention. They have shared this water for many seasons. Tonight, you watch them from the still air. The elephant smaller than a pony. The swan taller than the elephant. Two creatures the mainland has never seen. Two answers to the same island question. What happens when no one is hunting you? The elephant grew smaller because food was scarce. The swan grew larger because no one chased him. Different pressures shaped them in different directions. But both were freed from the mainland rules. And both are stranger for it. Look at his wings folded against his sides. They are not wings made for flight. They are reduced in length and in muscle. The keel of his breastbone is shallow. The chest beneath holds little of the old power. His ancestors had wings to span 3 full meters. Theirs were stretched for the long ocean crossings. His are folded for warmth, not for sky. His body, in turn, has grown heavier and broader. His legs have grown longer and stronger beneath him. He weighs perhaps 17 kilograms or more. a weight no flying bird could lift again, a weight that holds him here at the water. Tonight, he is the largest bird on the island. Tonight, he is the largest bird in any wetland here. Why does a bird stop flying? On the mainland, flight is not a luxury. Flight is the difference between life and death. A fox crosses the marsh, the swan rises. A wolf appears at the reeds, the swan rises. A hawk cuts the morning, the swan rises. Without flight, there are too many ways to die. But here on these islands, no fox came. No wolf, no leopard, no mainland raptor. The big hunters could not cross the warm sea. And so the reasons to fly began to fade. Generation by generation, the wings grew slightly smaller. Generation by generation, the chest grew slightly weaker. And the bird walked more and flew less. Until one day, the line could not fly at all. Flight is one of the costliest things a body does. A flying bird must stay light at all costs. Its bones must be hollow and thin. Its muscles must be lean and powerful. Its breastbone must carry a deep keel for lift. Its lungs must move twice as fast as ours. Every gram of fat is a gram of cost. Every meal is a calculation against the sky. When predators vanish, this calculation changes. A heavier bird is no longer a doomed bird. A bird with shorter wings can still feed itself. A bird with thicker bones can still survive. And so the body invests in something else. Larger size, stronger legs, slower metabolism, a body that does not need to leave the ground. The change does not happen in a single life. It happens across thousands and thousands of generations. Each chick born slightly heavier than its parents. Each chick born with wings slightly smaller. Each chick born with stronger legs to carry the weight. Most look identical to those that came before. But over centuries, the differences quietly accumulate. The wing bones shorten, the flight muscles thin. The breastbone flattens, the legs thicken. The body grows broader, heavier, more grounded. And then, one generation, the wings simply will not lift. A young swan beats them against the air. He cannot rise. He runs along the water. He cannot rise. He stops and walks instead. And he is no worse for the loss. His ancestors flew across the warm Mediterranean. They flew between mainland Europe and these small islands. They came when the sea level was low. They found pools and reeds among the limestone. They found nothing waiting in the shadows for them. And so they stayed and settled and slowly changed. He has never known the open sky beneath him. He has never known warm wind beneath his wings. He knows only the limestone, the water, the reeds. He drinks now, dipping his long pale neck. The water is cool beneath the rose-gold dusk. The dwarf elephant turns away from the pool. She walks slowly back into the dwarf oak grove. He stays a moment longer at the water's edge. Calm, unhurried, with no need to leave. As the rose-gold dusk fades to deep blue, a different shift begins on the islands. The dwarf elephant settles into her grove. The giant swan tucks his head beneath a wing. The dwarf red deer drift to the lower forest. The bright creatures yield to the dim. And from the limestone caves, others stir. The night belongs to a different caste. Tonight, you walk gently into the karst. Karst is the name for cave-cut limestone. Soft stone shaped slowly by ancient water. Riddled with hollows, ledges, and quiet halls. Cool in summer, sheltered in winter. The perfect refuge for small island lives. And one creature has made it her own. Her name is Lethia melitensis, the giant dormouse of Sicily and Malta. She is roughly the size of a small cat, 60 centimeters from her nose to her tail, 1.5 kilograms of soft brown fur. Her tail is bushy, carried high behind her. Her eyes are dark and very large. Her ears are short and gently rounded. Her whiskers move ahead of her into the dark. She emerges now from a low cave mouth. She pauses on the threshold, listening. The night air is cool and full of scent. Damp limestone, crushed thyme, the faint sea. Satisfied, she steps onto a low ledge, and she begins her quiet evening hunt. She is not a hunter of large prey. She gathers small things, patient things, scattered things, acorns from the dwarf oaks above the cave. Seeds from the dry summer grasses. Insects in the cracks of weathered stone. Beetles beneath the fallen leaves. Snails sheltering in shaded hollows. The eggs of small birds when she finds them. Soft figs in late summer when the trees give. She eats slowly with her small front paws. She turns each morsel carefully before each bite. She chews quietly in the listening dark. She is not in any hurry tonight. She has all night and many nights to come. Her whole life is shaped to this slow gathering. She climbs as easily as she walks. Her claws find the smallest grip on limestone. She moves up a vertical wall without thought. She crosses a ceiling of cool, dripping rock. She enters a deeper chamber where bats once slept. She follows a narrow passage into the dark. She knows every turn from years of habit. She knows where the air is cooler. She knows where the water collects in basins. She She drinks at one such basin briefly. Then she emerges back into the open night. She has 40 more karst paths to take, each one as familiar as her own paws, each one a thread in her long, slow life, a life her mainland cousins could never have known. But she is not alone in the night. Above her, on a high limestone ledge, a larger shape is watching the cliff face. A shape with broad wings and 2 yellow eyes. His name is Maltagulo Zamiti, the giant owl of Pleistocene Malta. He stands almost 70 centimeters tall, larger than any owl now living in Europe. His feathers are mottled brown, gray, and gold. His face is a wide, pale disk of feathers. His eyes are dark amber against the night. His talons are heavy, curved, and very strong. He is the apex predator of these islands. There are no foxes here to compete with him. There are no wildcats. There are no martens. Tonight, he is hunting the giant dormouse. She is the largest prey on the island menu. Her body holds enough meat for many days. Her bones, her fur, her quiet, warm life. He has watched her ledge for many nights. He knows her roots. He knows her pauses. He waits now, motionless in the dark wind. She climbs into the open across a thin shelf. She does not look up. She does not see him. He drops from the ledge in perfect silence. His broad wings open across the cliff face. His talons reach out for her small gray shape. Sometimes the night belongs to her. Sometimes the night belongs to him. Tonight, the night belongs to him. Such moments are part of the island balance. He must hunt to feed his quiet life. Her kin must climb to feed theirs. And neither can break the rule of the other. On distant Mediterranean islands, smaller dormice run. Hypnomes, the Balearic cousin of Lethia. Smaller than her, but larger than the mainland kind. A reminder that the same pattern unfolds elsewhere. Other small things found other shapes, other sizes. Some grew like the dormice of these islands. Some shrank like the elephants and the deer. Some hardly changed at all. A small shrew rustles by, almost invisible. A Seraculus, the island shrew of Sicily and Malta, almost the same size as her mainland cousins. She stayed small. She had no reason to grow. She still hides in the leaf litter at night. She still eats insects and worms and seeds. She still fits inside the smallest cracks of stone. Beyond her, in the dwarf oak grove, a small herd of dwarf red deer drifts past. Cervus elaphus Siciliae, smaller than the mainland herds. They graze the dry, low grasses by starlight. They drink at the same pools as the elephants. They sleep in the same shaded groves. All these creatures share these quiet limestone islands, each one shaped by the same small world. Each one a quiet answer to the island question. Above them, the stars turn slowly across the sky, and the night holds them in its cool, soft hands. Many thousands of years pass on these islands. The dwarf elephant lives and dies and is replaced. The giant swan lives and dies and is replaced. The giant dormouse climbs the same limestone walls. Generation upon generation, the pattern repeats. The sun rises, the sun sets. The seasons turn slowly across millennia. But far to the north, the world is changing. The ice is returning to the high latitudes. Glaciers are creeping down across northern Europe. Snow lies year-round on mountains it once spared. Forests retreat, tundra spreads, the cold deepens, and as the world freezes, the ocean falls. Water lifted into ice cannot return to the sea. Year by year, the Mediterranean recedes. Geologists today have a name for these cycles. They call them marine isotope stages. Ice ages, alternating with warmer pauses between. Stage 9, Stage 7, Stage 5. Each one a long deep breath of the planet. Each one tens of thousands of years long. Glaciers grow, sea level falls. Glaciers melt, sea level rises. Slowly, always slowly, across deep time, the islands feel each cycle in their coastlines. When the sea falls, their shores stretch outward. When the sea rises, their shores draw back. When the sea falls far enough, they grow joined. When the sea rises far enough, they shrink alone. A slow heartbeat of land and water and ice. In the cold maxima, the sea drops greatly. 100 meters lower than today, in places. Coastlines stretch many kilometers further out. The Strait of Messina narrows almost to nothing. A shallow shelf rises from the sea floor. Soft mud, then sand, then exposed dry ground, where deep water once held the islands apart. A thin strip of land now begins to form. A bridge of sand, a bridge of stone. A bridge between Sicily and the toe of Italy. It is narrow, it is shallow, it is brief. Brief in the long memory of the islands, but long enough in human terms to use. Long enough for animals to cross again. Long enough to break the long isolation. On the mainland, the cold has reshaped the herds. Forests have shifted south, steppes have widened. New predators have moved into the warmer southlands. Wolves now hunt across the lower Italian peninsula. Spotted hyenas have moved north out of Africa. They have followed prey across the cool grasslands. They have pressed into Sicily once before and left. Now with the bridge open again, they return. Wolves cross at the narrow point of Messina. Hyenas follow in pairs and small clans. They walk the same shelf the elephants once walked. Only this time the direction is reversed. Only this time the visitors are hunters. They smell the air of the new land. And they begin to spread inland. At first, they meet only the dwarf red deer, a familiar prey, only smaller than they expected. They learn the new shape of the hunt. Then they meet creatures they have never seen. A pony-sized elephant standing in the dwarf oaks. A flightless swan beside a limestone pool. A cat-sized dormouse climbing a karst wall. None of them knows what a wolf is. None of them knows what a hyena is. None of their lines has been hunted in millennia. They do not flee. They do not hide. They watch the new shapes with calm curiosity. They have no instinct for what is coming. The wolves move closer in the morning grass. The dwarf elephant only turns to look. Predator pressure is a slow teacher. A creature must learn it across many generations. Those that do not learn do not survive. Those that survive pass the lesson to their young. But these islanders have no time to learn. Their generations are too few against the new arrivals. The dwarf elephants are easy to surround. Their short legs cannot carry them far. Their thick bodies cannot climb the limestone cliffs. Their slow temperament holds them in the open. The dwarf red deer learn to flee soonest. Their long legs and quick eyes still serve them. They retreat into the steeper parts of the islands. The giant swan cannot rise into the air. He can only run along the wet sand. The giant dormouse retreats deeper into the karst. The caves are narrow. The wolves cannot follow. She survives where the larger creatures cannot. She survives in the shadows beneath the stone. The new pressures press down on the open island. But the deep, cool karst holds steady against them. Outside, the wide world has come back to the islands. Inside, the old island world endures a while longer. Outside, the rules of the mainland have returned. Inside, in the dark, an older quiet remains. The cycles continue, but the islanders thin. The wolves do not stay forever, you see. The bridge to Italy closes again with rising sea. The hyenas and wolves are cut off in turn. Some die out, some adapt, some endure. But the damage to the island fauna is done. Each ice age cycle adds a new wave of pressure. Each interglacial brings drought and warming seas. Forests shrink, pools dry, pastures yellow. The dwarf elephants begin slowly to thin. Each generation a little smaller in number. Each calf a little harder to keep alive. Each year, fewer breeding females in the herds. Each year, fewer young to fill the empty trails. A long line that cannot quite hold itself. Around 200,000 years ago, on Sicily, the last of the dwarf elephants walks her path. She is the daughter of a thinning line. She is one of the last of her kind. She does not know that she is the last. She knows only the dwarf oak grove. She knows only the limestone pool at dusk. She knows only the cool morning ground. One season, she does not return to the pool. One night, she settles beneath an old oak. She lies down on the soft fallen leaves. Her head settles against the curve of a root. Her eyes close gently in the green dim, and she does not rise in the morning. She is the last of Paleoloxodon falcaneri. The dwarf oak groves continue without her. The leaves bud and turn and fall in their seasons. The pools fill and lower and fill again. The cicadas sing in the long warm afternoons. But no small gray shape walks beneath the canopies. No short trunk reaches for low oak leaves. No quiet broad feet press the cool morning earth. The forest is a forest, but it is changed. A space remains where her line used to walk. A space the wind moves through, but does not fill. Some species disappear with great noise and ruin. Some species disappear without anyone to notice. The dwarf elephants vanish in this second way. Slowly, gradually, across many generations, until only their bones remain in the limestone caves. The giant swan endures longer, but not by much. His wetlands shift with the changing climate. Pools dry in summer that once stayed full. Reeds give way to sun-bleached salt flats. His broad body needs more food than the land gives. His flightless line cannot move to better wetlands. He cannot leave Sicily. He cannot leave Malta. He must take what these islands still hold. Around 120,000 years ago, the last of the giant swans steps into shallow water. He lowers his head to drink, as always. The water tastes faintly of distant rain. He folds his neck against his chest. He does not rise from the wet sand again. He is the last of Cygnus falconeri. The wetlands continue without his quiet shape. Smaller water birds nest where he used to stand. A few flying swans pass overhead in spring. They never stay. They are only travelers now. The reeds bend in the wind without him. The pools hold his absence in the rose-gold light. A line that once spanned the ancient Mediterranean ends, yet the islands do not grieve. The islands only continue. The seasons turn over the empty wetlands. Long, slow centuries pass without his kind. His bones lie in the cool, damp limestone. Wrapped in silt, then sand, then quiet stone, waiting for distant scientists to find them again. A faint memory pressed into the rock. But one small line endures longer than the rest. The giant dormouse holds her ground in the karst. The caves shelter her from heat and from cold. The caves shelter her from drought and from rain. The caves still hold acorns, seeds, and small life. She climbs the same limestone her ancestors climbed. She follows the same dark passages as before. Generation after generation, in the cool, deep stone, outside the world keeps turning. Empires of insects rise and fall in the grass. Forests come and go with the warming and cooling. But she remains in the karst, in the dark. A small, steady heartbeat in a quieting world. She holds on through the next ice age. She holds on through the long, warm pause that follows. At last, around 10,000 years ago, even she begins to fade from the karst. The forests above have grown sparser still. The caves remain, but the food does not. The last giant dormice grow few and quiet. One night, in a deep limestone chamber, the last of her line settles on the soft floor. Her bushy tail folds against her warm flank. Her dark eyes close in the cool, listening dark. And the last of Lethia melitensis is gone. All of them gone before any human came. No people lived on these islands then. Sicily was first reached by humans much later, long after the last dwarf elephant had vanished. Their fall was not by any human hand. On nearby Crete, similar stories had unfolded. A dwarf mammoth, no taller than a small pony, Mammuthus creticus, born of the same island shrinking. A tiny deer, only 40 centimeters at the shoulder. Candius cervus, the smallest deer the world has known. On Cyprus, a different version of the same. A pygmy hippo, lower than your knee, named Phenorios, roaming the dry Mediterranean scrub instead of rivers. A pygmy elephant beside it, smaller than a pony. Paleoloxodon cypriotes, smaller still than her cousin. Each island took its own creatures and reshaped them. Each island made its own quiet hidden world. Each one ended in its own slow dusk. Each one left only bones in limestone caves. Each one a chapter the open sea took back. Tonight, in your room, the lamp is low. Tonight, your breath has begun to slow. The day has loosened its grip on your shoulders. The world outside has begun its long quiet. And somewhere on the warm Mediterranean wind, the same air still moves across Sicily and Malta, across the cool limestone where the dwarf elephants rested, across the wetlands where the giant swans once stood, across the karst caves where the dormice once climbed. They are gone. The wind is not. Imagine the dwarf elephant beneath her old oak, her broad feet folded against her warm side, her short trunk curled gently to her chest, her great soft head against a curve of root, her breathing slow, her eyes long since closed. She rested in this exact way for 60 quiet years. She rested as the cicadas sang the long afternoons down. She rested as the warm light moved across her side. Tonight, you rest in your own warm shape. Tonight, you settle in the same slow breath. Imagine the giant swan beside the dim pool, his pale neck folded against his soft chest, his wings that never lifted him tucked close, his feet planted in the cool, wet sand. He stood quiet through long summer nights like this. He listened to the slow water beside him. He watched the stars turn above the limestone cliffs. He needed nothing more than the soft Mediterranean dark. Tonight, you need nothing more than your own. Tonight, you settle into the same gentle dim. Imagine the dormouse curled in her karst chamber, soft brown fur drawn tight against the cool stone, her bushy tail covering her small folded paws, her dark eyes long closed in the deep dark. She slept beneath the listening weight of the limestone. She slept while the long centuries turned outside. She slept until even her line was done.